day, depending on wherever you are. It really doesn't matter. Okay. If not, do understand and get that it's going to get better once your perception gets better. So if you are like, what's that? You got toothpaste, honey. It's not toothpaste, it's a fever blister. Okay. All right. Let's just put it out. Okay. All right. Now that we got that settled. Okay. If you are a person that is saying that you know you need to do different, but you currently keep doing the same exact thing, I am here to tell you, you have to do different. Okay. And I know, right? And this video is inspired because Freddie, okay, had left a message up under my video and said that he know he needs to do different, but he just don't do it. I think something like that. In order in order for your life to change, you got to do different. I cannot express that enough. Okay. See, the whole concept is this. There's laws in this here universe, okay, that governs our lives, right? And it doesn't matter what your culture is. It doesn't matter how you was brought up. It doesn't matter what your belief systems are. What matters is the seeds that you plant in this here universe, you will reap the harvest. If you plant in hate seeds, you shall reap it. If you plant in seeds of not being appreciative, okay, you may lose certain things because you're not appreciative. If you plant in seeds of jealousy, lack, scarcity, doubt, worry, you should reap those seeds too. If you plant in seeds where as though you feel like you gotta be at everyone's beck and call because you want to be pleased, you want to be a people pleaser, you will reap that too. And what you will reap from that is burnout. You will also reap feeling unappreciative, because when you are doing everything, hey Miss Harden, peace to you, baby, peace to you, peace to you. When you are doing everything for everyone else and you don't take time out for yourself, you're going to keep getting the same exact thing. Okay. Now, let me tell you something. Now, first of all, I wasn't even going to do a live today because I was like, oh, the fever blister, whatever. And I was like, no, I received the download not too long ago for me to come on live. And that's why I'm on here. So let me tell you something. You cannot be concerned when you have a gift and a purpose. Okay. Stop being concerned of what other people think of you and say about you or feel about you. Okay. They don't know you. Okay. I don't even care if it's your family. They don't know you. Okay. And the reason I say they don't know you, because I know somebody out there probably like, well, half my family don't know me. I grew up with them. They don't know you. They know the programming that they gave to you, but they don't know you. Okay. In most cases, because you are loved. All right. And a lot of the things, it is blocking you because you are so dedicated to those belief systems, so dedicated even to the culture. Okay. You so dedicated. And when I say culture, okay, you was programmed to eat a certain type of way. And you don't even think about what you do. You just say, oh, well, I like it. You was programmed to do certain things that you do, and you don't even think about it. You just move into mental activity and you say you're thinking. You're not thinking. Because if you was thinking, you wouldn't do some of the things that you do because you see that they're not working. Okay? You clearly see that is not working. Okay? And speaking of manifestation, okay? it's so funny, right? And everything is based upon mind. Everything, I don't give a damn what it is. If you get the book, the Prosperity Bible, everything is based upon mind. I remember a few months ago, I had a download. And the download was everything is a lie. Everything you've been taught is a lie. And this was after I had my spiritual awakening. This was after I got into herbs and everything like that. And I'm not saying the herbs a lie. But my download said everything is a lie because everything is based upon mind. Everything is based upon your mind. So I haven't had a fever blister in a while. And the other day I was just thinking, contemplating, and I kept thinking about it. Oh, I didn't have a cold sore in a long time. I didn't have and I kept thinking about it. And then not only that, I went on TikTok and then I seen a guy talking about fever blisters. He was saying HSV or whatever, herpes, okay? And sometimes we look at things and we say, isn't this a coincidence? No, it's not. It's not a coincidence. You attracted that with your mind. Until you understand how this shit works, your life is going to continuously be the same exact way. And so I tried this experiment earlier today when I got up. Okay? So I told this story earlier and I uploaded it on this on my channel over here. When I was pregnant, okay, with my youngest daughter, I remember it was such a spiritual pregnancy, okay? And our children, they come through us to teach us certain things. Everybody, okay, there's no one is an enemy and no one is a friend. Let me say that again. No one is an enemy in your life and no one is a friend in your life. They are teachers, okay? Teachers. That's what they really are, teachers. They are there to teach you something, okay? Now, I'm not saying like, oh, well, you know, but what I'm saying is if you get the concept, because one day somebody could like you and the next minute they may not even want to be bothered with you no more, okay? All right. So you got to understand everybody that comes in our lives are merely teachers. Okay. So I came across this idea when I was pregnant with my youngest daughter. She's now 6 and her name is Amani. And I remember when I was pregnant with her, me and her father, we was thinking of a name. And the name he had chose was Amani. And I was like, at first I was like standoffish because I was like, where you come up with this name from? You know, get the Prosperity Bible. Okay, get the Prosperity Bible because it talks about jealousy in here. If you are in a relationship and you are jealous, that's not true love. Okay, that's not no type of love. Okay, you serving from a cup of scarcity and lack. All right. So anyway, so I was asking him, I was like, where you come up with this name from? I was like, because I'm not naming, because I was thinking like, oh, you must be was messing with somebody with a name like Amani, right? I was, thinking and stuff. And in the book, the Prosperity Bible, it talks about that. It talks about how if you have like jealousy, how your mind will start running well, basically, if you don't tame it. Okay? If you don't start thinking other thoughts, okay? Hush! If you don't start thinking other thoughts, your mind is going to run well. So I was asking basically like, where you get that name from, right? And he was like, oh, no, it's not like that. it was a person that, went to church, and, I think the person's name was Amani or something like that. And he was like, the name actually means faith, right? And I said, oh, okay, So prior to this, I had a miscarriage. Well, wait, hold on. Wait, let's go back. Let's go back. Okay. Not prior to that, I had a miscarriage. I had my youngest son. Okay, my youngest children, they're from the same man. Okay, so I don't want nobody. What? Right? My youngest children, they are from the same man. Okay, all right. Let's be clear on that. Now before I met their father, I was messing with this guy, and I had a miscarriage. Okay, and so when I had that miscarriage, I had went to a doctor, that I've been going to for years, GYN, okay, a gynecologist. And I've been going to this doctor for years. And after I had the miscarriage, and then, later on, I met my youngest children's father. It wasn't too long after. Let me just be real, okay? Let me just put that out there, okay? So afterward, and I didn't mess with them both at the same time, okay? Just FYI, if you thinking it, okay? But if I did, that was my damn business, okay? That's none of your damn business, okay? All right? But I'm going to be an open book. I'm going to tell you some of the things that I did in my life. Not for the haters, okay? For the ones that look and say, you know what? I want better from life. I've been looking for love in all the wrong places, and I just don't know what the hell to do, okay? Honey, you got to start with you first, okay? But anyway, so I was, basically, here we go, yeah. And you on here, Hunter. So you on here saying, here we go. Yeah, here we go. So anywho, so what happened was, after I had, so my youngest son, okay, he's 8 years old, right? And I had to get this, pretty much like this surgery, whatever, so the baby, it can stay up, because basically they were saying, like, it's a high risk pregnancy, whatever. Like, I was getting up in age, whatever, I was over 30, okay? And so basically that's what they were saying. So they had did this, I forgot the name of it, but they had did this surgery, whatever. So after the surgery, my youngest son pregnancy, it was really an experience, okay? Like, oh my goodness. I went through something, okay? But anywho, so from there, when I got pregnant with my youngest daughter, 2 years later, or was it a year later? It was quick, okay? So what happened was, her father was telling me about, the name Faith and everything like that, right? So I had to get induced, because the doctor was saying pretty much, oh, it's because of your high blood pressure, whatever it is, like that, hypertension, whatever. I'm going to tell you guys, if you have not checked out Kevin Tredone, okay, your wish is my command. Your wish is your command. I highly encourage you to check him out, okay? He was part of the elite. He was part of the brotherhood. And he tells certain things about the mindset. And if you do want the playlist, send me an email, okay? And I give you the playlist, because this playlist is like no other, okay? It's the same exact thing that Abraham Hicks talks about, and also Bob Proctor talked about, but it's from a standpoint of he was actually part of the elite, okay? And certain things that they would do, okay? Everything is about mind. All right. So anywho, so I'm in the hospital, and the doctors, they, the doctor who was in charge, of my pregnancy. She always, like, when I would go to the office, they would always, compliment me on how I dressed, and, how I was, like, always put together being pregnant, right? And so it was my due date, well, not my due date, but they had to induce me. They said. So I remember the night, and I'm in a hospital room, and I have my hospital gown on, okay, hospital gear, okay, and I'm lying on a bed, and the doctor, she was like outside just monitoring, the scanner to see about my contractions and my contracting and stuff. And I remember she said, Deena, I'm gonna just go outside and just, keep on checking on the monitor and stuff, keep coming back and forth and stuff like that. Phenomenal doctor, hands down. Okay, Dr. Muhammad, Jersey City, phenomenal doctor. And so what happened was I kept on thinking about the ancestors. Okay. And I had this visual, and this was before my spiritual awakening. I had this visual of being like this wheat field, okay, being on this wheat field, and me holding one of my ancestors' hands. I couldn't, I didn't, the face didn't look familiar, but I just remember holding on to the hand and just kept on saying, like, basically make sure everything go well with this pregnancy, everything like that. And it was like something pertaining to faith, okay? And maybe because my youngest daughter, I don't know, but I do know I felt no contractions. Okay. Now I was scared because I started thinking, and everything becomes everything you think about. Okay, that's what turns into your reality. And I did take the epidural after. But I remember the doctor kept coming in the room, and she said, Deena, do you feel it? And I said, She said, you don't feel those contractions? And I said, no. She said, girl, you are contracting like crazy. But because of the faith, okay, and yeah, I did take the epidural, but because of that, and because of me connecting with the ancestors, okay, that sure has something to do with my pregnancy. Now, some may say, okay, oh, I don't believe it. You ain't got to believe it. I had to believe it. Okay. I was in the hospital. Okay. Going through it. Okay. Not you. Okay. All right. And so when I tell you everything is about mindset, everything is about mindset. Okay. As a man thinketh. If you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you can't. Okay. And it all starts with the mind. And I said that to say this. So when I thought about that earlier, the idea just popped in my head. I was doing videos. I was doing reels. I was up since I woke up this morning, 3:09. Lately, I've been waking up. Well, it's been going on for a while. Getting up at 3:00, and we hear, oh, that's the chosen hours, the chosen 1 hours, whatever it is. But I'm always, it's like 3:09, I woke up this morning, and I just started. First, my higher self told me to meditate. And I was like, damn, I'm so goddamn tired, right? Like, and so my higher self said, breathe 5 times. And I breathed 5 times. And from there, I just started getting all these downloads, just started popping up, all these video ideas. And I just was uploading content this morning, uploaded from, I don't know if it was 3:09, but probably 4:00, because after I got the downloads, probably it was 3:09. Because of 3:09, and then I turned the light off, and then I got back up, okay? But I started getting all these ideas, and I started uploading content. And when I got the ideas to upload content, right, I'm on my moon cycle, okay? If you know, you know, okay? And I started thinking, about that time, Okay, when I was giving birth, and the doctor saying, "Oh, are you contracting?" And I had the visual of that, and so for me not to feel pain, okay, cramps and stuff like that, I just kept thinking about that visual. And don't you know, I feel no pain, no pain, and I drunk tea earlier today, okay, very early, okay, early today. And I had these, let me see. I had these Annie's cinnamon graham crackers, okay, and they have milk in it, okay. And I'm saying that to say this, everything is about your mind. So it doesn't matter what you're necessarily working on. If you believe you can, you can. And it's also the same exact way. If you believe you can't, you can't. And so you need to start looking at your life and saying, I believe in me. And the only way you're going to start looking at your life and saying you believe in you is if you start studying. Because you've been programmed not to believe in your damn self. And someone may say, well, no, I haven't. Okay. What about the time when you tried to do that thing? And they was telling you, no, you might as well just stay on that job. Or what about the time when you said that you was going to do something and they said, no, you better play it safe? Or what about the time when you told people that you was going to do a certain thing and they laughed at you? And so those are the things that I'm talking about. And if you are not doing the thing that you enjoy doing, it's all due to paradigm. It's all due to your belief system. Now, you can make as many excuses as you want. I don't give a damn. Okay, that's your life. But if you start looking at your life and saying, you know what, I deserve better. I did not come here just to work and pay bills. Because you didn't. I don't give a damn what your culture say. I don't give a damn what society say. I don't give a damn what no one say. You did not just come here to pay goddamn bills. Okay? You have to start understanding this. Because if not, your next year is going to be just like this goddamn year. You're going to keep on doing the same exact thing until you start looking at your life and saying, you know what, I deserve better. Not until you do better will you receive better. And I'm here to tell you. And it doesn't matter how many people you blame. It doesn't matter how many people you say, oh, it's because of my mom or my daddy. Listen, you was born in that family. You chose to be in that family. Whether you believe that or not, hey, I'm not here to debate. But you chose to be in that family. Your soul, okay? Your spirit, it chose to go into that family. And you are in that family, okay, to do certain work. You hear people say breaking generational curses and stuff, but you're in that family. It's like we born into certain families. This is what I believe, okay? And a belief can be changed at any given goddamn time. We born into certain families, okay, to do the work. We go through the programming, okay? And then when we go through the programming, it's like you start looking at your life. It's an experience. Life is a school. And you go through the experience and you go and you see, damn, some things that I've been programmed to believe, that shit ain't true. Because look at my life. And you have the ability to change your life. And so it's not for you to be upset with whomever raised you, your family and stuff like that. Because if they knew better, they would have done better. And I'm not going to necessarily say they didn't really know better, but it's programming. Every time you see somebody is trying to change, or not say try, every time you see somebody, changing, they go right back to the old ways. Why? Because it's comfort. It's comfortable there. Have you tried to change? Let me tell you something. And I get it. Because this ain't for the goddamn faint heart. This is not for the ones that, they critique and say, oh, let me tell you something. When you start mastering your goddamn self, it's not a game. And it's not the easiest thing. Okay? Because you got to go through a lot of shit, a lot of unprogramming, reprogramming, and then you got to goddamn program yourself so you could goddamn master yourself on this in this realm. So it's not, and I get it. But what I'm saying is there's still no goddamn excuse for you not to show up. Because if one person can do it, goddamn different. Different. You have to look at your life and say, you know what? I deserve better. I deserve better. And let me tell you something. The universe is not going to leave you. Or whatever it is you believe in. I don't give a damn what you believe in. You could call it a horse for all I care. Okay? But whatever you believe in, it is not going to forsake you. It is not going to leave you. It will make sure that you're good. But you got to take the leap. You can't keep saying, oh, I know I was supposed to be doing something, but you see, I keep on doing the same thing. Well, goddamn it, if you know you're supposed to be doing something different, you got to do it different. The reason you don't do it different because you're scared. Just call it dang a dang. Just call it what it is. You are afraid. And that's okay. It is okay. It's okay to not have all the goddamn answers. It's okay to be a little goddamn afraid. It's okay. It is okay. See, culture. Culture gonna tell you, you better make sure you strong. You better not cry and all this other foolishness. Don't you know when you cry, you release energy? But that's foolish. Because you've been programmed not to do, you've been programmed to be so hard and not to express how you feel. And that's why some of you guys have depression. You're walking around with depression. You're walking around with anxiety because you won't express how you feel because you're afraid of what somebody else may think. Who the fuck cares? Who cares what they think? They're not even thinking. They're not even thinking. Okay? They're not thinking. Half of the people that you come across, if you go back to them a week from now and you tell them what they said, half of them will be blown away by what they said. And I know that to be true because I remember I had made a video talking about sheets. Talking about sheets on the bed. And this lady said, don't know me from a goddamn milk carton. Never met me, never seen me, only seen me on goddamn social media. She said, so who cares? And I didn't see the message. But even if I did see the message, I would never took it personal. Because she don't know me. And I know all of that is a defense mechanism. I know all of that has to do with what she got going on. It ain't got shit to do with me. And so when I seen it a few months later, I sent her hearts. And she looked at what she wrote. Because she said to me, she said, oh my goodness, I must be was in a bad mood that day. People are not thinking. And you getting caught up and worried about what they're saying. And they're not thinking. They're not even thinking. You know what's thinking? Or you're not your thoughts. Okay? All right? And I remember even today, I said, damn, my head has so much. We not our thoughts. We not our thoughts. And I asked source, what does that exactly mean? You're not your thoughts. Your thoughts, the thoughts that you constantly having, right? The monkey in the mind, that is based upon somebody else. Somebody else gave you those thoughts. Hey, Tracy, PCA, baby, PCA. So you're not your thoughts. And so every time you think in certain things, you can't do this, you can't do that. That's not you. Believe me, that's not you. That's your programming. Or that's the programming. That's not you. Because you are love. And for some, I know this feels very hard to believe, but you are a God, okay? Creator of your reality, okay? There's no man in the sky that's coming to save you, okay? You have to start looking at your life and say, I'm a creator. I create my reality. Now, if you say somebody else is creating it, hey, do what works for you. Always do what works for you. I'm not here to push belief systems on you guys or agendas. My whole thing is to make content and let you know that you are the creator of your reality and you get to create whatever it is that you want. If you don't like what's going on in your life, you can create something different. And if you reject it. You ain't gotta believe it. I'm never on here for friends, for likes. Okay? Now I appreciate the friends. Okay, and I appreciate the likes. And I did say earlier, okay, no one is here to be your friend, and no one is here to be your enemy. They are just here to teach you. And so I appreciate those things. But when I got the download to do videos, it wasn't for none of those things. It was for me to show up. And so I'm just on assignment. I'm just, whatever source gives me, the information it gives me, sometimes I'm like, all right, okay, but I still put it out. Source tell me to show up, I show up. And you got to start believing in yourself enough to show up too. Because your higher self will keep talking to you. And don't tell me you don't. It don't. And don't tell me you don't hear it, because you do hear it. You choose to ignore it. You choose not to listen to it, but you hear it. And they constantly tell you, girl, open that business. Girl, do this. Go get in that relationship. Boy, you should do something. And you don't do it. You keep doing the same shit. Like a freaking dog. Chasing is chasing some other dog tail. But chasing its own tail. And you keep doing it. Year after year, time after time, you keep doing the same exact thing. When are you going to get it? That the way to go is within. You keep allowing the outside to control you, to dictate where you're going. You paying attention to what you see, taste, feel, touch, smell. You paying attention to that. It's higher faculties of the mind. Okay? Reasoning, perception, will, intuition, imagination, and you just keep on paying attention what they taught you. Look at here, pay attention to me, do this, do that. When source is saying, but what about what I told you to do? Your higher self is never going to forsake you. It's always going to have your best interest. And you don't need nothing from anybody outside. You have this innate ability within you. You don't even got to listen to me, because and some people they'll say, "Oh, I needed the video." No, source already told you that. Your higher self told you already what I said. But it could be a confirmation, but source already told you. You already know what to do. You're not doing it because of the programming. It's like you gotta wake up, like the damn Twilight Zone. You gotta get up. And I don't like saying wake up, because you could get right back to sleep. But you gotta start being aware. If you're not aware, you're gonna keep doing the same exact thing. And that's why I keep telling you guys, study, read the books, study. Yes. And somebody out there, I can hear it. Oh, but you say you don't need anybody outside your existence. Source will also tell you to go get a book. I told you guys I had a dream, okay, when I first had my spiritual awakening, about all these books that was on a shelf, and I couldn't make way of what the titles of the books was, because they had a book cover, a cloth book covering on the books that was like orange. It was like orange and a reddish color, the same color as of the color of the Alchemist book. And I couldn't see the title of the books. And I just take that for, because after that, I brought, or was it before the Alchemist? I don't remember. But then I started buying all these books. And the only thing I can think of, Source was telling me to teach. And not to teach like the school teach system, but to teach from my experience. And for me to read the books. And so Source will point you in a direction. Whereas though it's like, nothing is a coincidence. So when you come across something, you may say, oh, well, that didn't mean nothing. Well, I guess it didn't mean nothing. Everything is about mind. If you said it didn't mean nothing, it didn't mean nothing. But you don't ever come across something just cause. You have to understand that. And you have to understand that your life is you did not come here to suffer. To the person that's out there that feels like that they just came here to suffer, that cries practically all goddamn night, that cries a lot. You did not come here for that. And the reason why you feel that is because you are violating spiritual laws that you don't even know. And I know, because once upon a time I didn't know. But putting people before me, okay, and being a people pleaser, that's why I was feeling burnt out. That's why I was feeling I was feeling like my nerves, they would be a certain type of way. I had no boundaries. I wanted to be a yes person. Mainly to family. I wanted to agree, because if I didn't agree, then I would feel like, but that's not their fault. That was mine. Like the book says, you are a badass. I needed to grow up here, okay? So to speak, okay? I needed to start speaking up for my darn self. People just show you exactly exactly how you been. You may come across somebody who just push you all over. I mean, just do, honey, like you a damn doormat. The reason being is because you want to be a nice person. You too passive. You want to be a people pleaser. And what that person is showing you, okay, the one you may say a narcissist or whatever it is, what they're showing you is the grow up here. And you get frustrated and you say, you know what? Well, I'm a lead this. I'm gonna go to the next. You could go to the next person, but I guarantee you it's gonna be the same over there. I guarantee, because listen, okay, and all of this crap of opposites attract. Hey, whatever. All of this crap that this person is so different than the last person I was with, honey, maybe in your world, I don't know. But only thing I know is that universal law is the same all around. It's not finna give you something different if you have not changed. If you have not changed that energy, if you have not changed your vibration, and if you have not changed that goddamn frequency that you're on, you will get the same. Just like it turned dark tonight, I can almost guarantee you that your next relationship is going to be just like your last relationship. Reason being is because you're still the same. And to say that, oh, it'll give me something to show me. I want to see. You know, because sometimes people want to argue, and they want to argue because you don't want to face exactly that you are it. You the one that's creating it. You don't want to take accountability, responsibility. You want to just say this person is the fault, is the reason. What? No. What did you do? What did you? How did you play a role in that relationship? Because I knew how I played the role in mine. Okay. Insecure, wasn't showing up. Okay. Well, was showing up, but was showing up very insecure. Didn't have no goddamn boundaries. Didn't have my self-esteem. It was poor. Okay. Operating from scarcity and lack. Okay. Thinking that, oh, I got to settle for this because if I don't, I will not be able to find another guy. Okay. So I know how I was showing up in those relationships. But my question to you is, how was you showing up? Because as long as you keep saying, oh, he's the reason or she's the reason, you're going to say that they the reason too. Until you start saying, well, what did I do? How did I show up? What was I operating like? How was I before I got into the relationship? Was I operating in a sense of, oh, I need to be in a relationship in order to be happy? Was you operating like that? Was you operating like, I need to be in a relationship in order for somebody to love me? Because let me tell you something. It all starts with you. Whether you believe that or not, that is okay. But it all starts with you. And if you don't know how to love you, then that next person, they're going to reflect that right back to you. That you don't even know how to love you. You telling me to love you, but you don't even know how to do it. Because if you knew how to do it, you wouldn't even put up with my shit. That's what they're going to reflect back to you. Okay? All right? That's exactly what they're going to reflect back to you. And some people, oh, no, you know, it's just, you know, if you blame it, if you have 10 exes or even 3 exes and you blaming all 3 of them and you saying you didn't do anything, you better take a look at that. Better take a look at it. Because I could almost guarantee you that your next relationship is going to be like the previous one. And I don't even know you. And I ain't no goddamn psychic. But I know if you the same, your relationship, your next one is going to be the same. If you don't get that lesson what that previous person taught you in that relationship, your next relationship going to be the same. So it's for you to do the work on yourself. It's for you to start seeing that you are able to self-master yourself. But not until you ready to do the work. Not until you ready to walk through it and to go through it and grow through it. You won't receive different. But this is your life. You know, you do what works for you. But if at any given time, if you feel like that your life isn't working and that you want something different, go within. Go within. Start asking yourself, how do I attract these people, this job, this apartment, these finances? Because all of that plays with your self-image. It all has to do with your self-image. All of it. Even where you shop at. It is all interconnected. How you view yourself and those programs that's going on in your subconscious mind that you're not even privy to. You just do things. Don't even have a clue like why you do it. You just know that it ain't working for you. And you know you sick and tired of being sick and tired of going through it. That's because the program is revealing itself. Is first of all, it's outdated. It don't work. Okay, that programming system came from your mama's mama. Okay, all the way back generations. Okay, and all of that is within you. And it's not until you start doing the work on yourself will you start breaking free from the programming, if you choose so. You know, because some people, you know, if you choose so. But you do have the ability to change it. But you're not going to be able to change it if you don't understand it. So you have to understand it. And the only way to get understanding is study. And so when I tell you guys all day long, I'm pretty much listening to personal development. Is either I'm listening to it or I'm reading the books on self. Me knowing exactly why I do some of the things that I tend to do. And when I read other people's story, it all interconnects. It makes so much sense. Like the book, The Power of the Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy. Phenomenal book. Hands down, phenomenal book. If you want to see some of the things why you do some of the things that you tend to do, and some may say, well, how the hell could you see that in a book? Read it. Read the book. Best book. One of my favorite reads. And I read that book several times. Better start mastering yourself. Because if not, somebody will be mastering you. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.